Hello, I'm sitting here at the SPIEL in Germany and we are presenting the Mutant Chronicles board game. Next to me sits John Grams and he will tell me something about it. Hi.
Hello. Mutant Chronicles is basically a very detailed world that is a science fiction kind of alternate world where aliens have come down and other factions and there's demons, and it's kind of a mishmash of a lot of almost steampunk elements on one end and sci-fi on another, and fantasy and creatures and outer space. It's very...
You can do whatever you want.
You pretty much, yes.
So what makes it so great, besides the obvious that it's that you can do everything?
Well, I think that what makes Mutant Chronicles great is the in-depth, I guess, texture and feel and look of Mutant Chronicles, whether it be in the previous role-playing game or miniatures game or collectible card game. There's a certain atmosphere that was generated by it that fans have really liked, and all of those games previously had done very, very well, and actually didn't only ceased when the companies ceased to produce them, as opposed to failing as a product. So we were very interested when we got the opportunity to pursue this, because we thought that it provided a rich universe where we could actually, you know, when you have a miniatures game, multiple factions is something that you like to have because people want to have their choices, and Mutant Chronicles came ready-made to provide that.
Two questions about the new game. Why collectible and why this large scale?
Collectible, first of all, Fantasy Flight Games has yet to, until now, enter the collectible market. Part of our philosophy has been that we want to provide meaningful products in all of the meaningful hobby genres. We obviously have done board games, role-playing games, card games, collectible card games, and we felt the next step was to go to the collectible miniatures game. As far as, and your other question was?
The scale.
The scale. The scale we chose, everyone was at first wondering why, when everyone else is doing 28 millimeter, and that makes it successful because people will buy it for their Dungeons and Dragons games or their other games. And the answer is because everyone else is doing it. We want people, when they're at a big fair like this, to walk by and see, what is that? That is Mutant Chronicles. That's not going to be mistaken for any other game out there. And because they're really cool.
Yeah, I was skeptical at first, but since I saw them, it's beautiful.
People tended to be skeptical when they hear about it, and then they see what's going on, and they end up being impressive and fun. And I think once this is actually released, which we're intending to be February, that everyone else will have the same revelation you did.
What about the upcoming Mutant Chronicles movie? Do you want to connect it to it? Or?
Well, the upcoming, we're looking forward to the movie. As far as how it's going to affect the game, that's unclear. I have seen clips from the film, and although it's not a huge Hollywood budget film, I do know that John Malkovich and everyone else who was involved in it really had a good time with the film. People that have seen it are actually very impressed. Everybody wants to come back to do more, and so if it's a success, we might see sequels.
That's great to hear. So back to the game. How does the mechanics of the game work?
Some of the special things about Mutant Chronicles that we also tried to be groundbreaking on, besides the scale, is that in this, the whole way you build your force is fairly innovative. Instead of having just a straight up, we're going to do a 1,000-point battle and you buy your armies based on points, we've split it up really into 3 levels. There is bronze, silver, and gold level figures. There are also bronze and silver gold level event cards, and there are bronze and silver and gold level activation tokens. When you're building your army, say you and I were going to play and we decide we're going to have a smaller, scale battle, let's do a 10-point battle. So you now have 10 gold, 10 silver, and 10 bronze choices, as well as I do. You have to allocate where you're going to put those choices. Am I going to put all 10 gold choices in my figures? So I'm going to have much more powerful figures. But if I have a bronze token, activation token, my figure gets to do one motion. If I have a silver, I'm going to get 2 actions, and gold, 3 actions. So as you can see, I might have all gold mechs or demons or figures that are very powerful, but I have no gold activation tokens, so they are going to be doing less on the battlefield, or my events are going to be less. And so it's a question of balancing where you put these. And all these activation tokens are like currency. Every round you get them all back, so they're very important. That's one of the aspects of the game. Also, the dice are customizable, custom dice. And with one roll, you get your range and your damage all at once. So
similar to the Doom board game.
Yes, we did take some aspects and elements. It's a little bit different in this, but certainly we borrowed that very successful mechanic from that previous game.
And now to some rather personal or maybe silly questions. Why isn't there any Imperial soldier in the first game?
Well, there are of course many factions in the game, and we decided that we could not represent all the ones that we plan on having.
Yeah, sure, but Imperial is my favorite. How can you do this to me?
You'll be happy to know that one of the aspects of this game, we're going to do 2 collectible releases each year, but that we're also going to do 2 fixed releases each year, and one of them is your precious Imperial Warband. So you can look for that in 2008.
Great. And the last question, what happens to these enormous shoulder pads which were significant for the Mutant Chronicles universe? Every model with armor has this huge shoulder pads. What happened?
You're saying, why don't ours have these? We did want to give it a new look. The film's giving it a new look. Our look is also different from the film as well. But we wanted to create a certain look diverse from that.
You want a unique new look at the whole Mutant Chronicle universe, new creative flavor of some sort.
Yes, I mean, obviously people are going to be able to recognize the various factions, but it is true that there was a lot of art to be had from the various releases, and we chose to have a different look. We wanted to bring this game into this millennia.
Okay, thanks a lot for this interview.
Thanks for being interested in Mutant Chronicles.
We'll soon see this on the internet.
Frightening. Don't make me look bad.